Welcome to a story that may quietly change the way you see your time, your habits, and your future. This is not just something to read, it is something to feel. As you go deeper, you may begin to notice something unusual. This story does not talk about one person. It talks about something bigger, something invisible, something that controls every life without asking for permission. And the most surprising part? You are already inside it. Have you ever felt that a day passed, but nothing meaningful happened? Hours moved, tasks were done, distractions were enjoyed, yet at the end, something felt missing. It is a strange feeling, being busy but not fulfilled, active but not progressing. Many people feel this, but very few stop to ask why. And even the fewer are brave enough to face the real answer. There exists a place beyond maps and cities, known as the field of time. It is not a physical place, yet everything happens inside it. Every moment, every decision, every distraction lives there. In this field, time does not stop, slow down, or wait. It moves forward constantly, carrying everything with it. In the field of time, moments are like seeds. Each moment has the power to grow into something meaningful, or to disappear without any result. The difference depends on attention. When a moment is used with focus, it grows into progress. When it is ignored or wasted, it fades silently. At the center of this field stands a massive invisible clock. It has no numbers, no sound, and no visible hands. Yet it controls everything. It moves forward without stopping, reminding the field that nothing can return once it is gone. The strange thing is that no one can see this clock, but everyone is affected by it. Around this field there are zones. One of the largest zones is called the zone of distraction. It is full of noise, movement, and endless activity. Here, moments are consumed quickly. People in this zone are always busy, but their time rarely grows into anything valuable. Another part of the field is known as the zone of delay. In this area, everything feels calm and comfortable. People often say, "I will start later," or "there is still time." The air in this zone makes everything feel less urgent, even when time is quietly moving forward. There is also a smaller, less crowded area called the zone of focus. It is not easy to stay there. It requires effort, attention, and discipline. But in this zone, moments grow stronger. Time used here turns into progress, learning, and meaningful results. Most of the field of time is controlled by habits. Habits act like invisible paths. Once a path is used again and again, it becomes easier to follow. Over time, people stop choosing their direction. They simply follow the path they have created. In the zone of distraction, habits are strong and comfortable. They require no effort. One moment of distraction easily leads to another. Time disappears quickly, and people do not notice how much they have lost until much later. In the zone of delay, habits are softer but equally dangerous. Instead of wasting time quickly, this zone stretches it slowly. Important actions are postponed again and again. The future becomes a place where everything is supposed to happen, but never does. The zone of focus feels different. Time moves clearly here. Every moment is noticed. Every action has purpose. But this zone demands something difficult: control over attention. Without control, it is easy to slip back into distraction or delay. The field of time has a silent rule. Whatever you repeat becomes your reality. If distraction is repeated, life becomes scattered. If delay is repeated, life becomes stuck. If focus is repeated, life begins to move forward with direction. Strangely, most of the field is filled with distraction and delay. The zone of focus remains small, not because it is limited, but because few choose to stay there. It is easier to follow comfort than to create discipline. Time in this field cannot be saved. It cannot be stored for later. Every moment must be used when it arrives. If it is wasted, it disappears forever. This rule never changes, no matter how someone feels about it. Many parts of the field are designed to keep attention busy but not productive. These areas create the feeling of activity without real progress. They are attractive, easy, and endless. Once entered, it becomes difficult to leave. The most powerful illusion in the field of time is the belief that there will always be more time. This belief makes delay feel safe and distraction feel harmless. It hides the truth that time is always moving, whether it is used well or not. Sometimes, a quiet awareness appears in the field. It is not loud or strong, but it is clear. It asks simple questions. Where is your time going? And what are you building with your moments? These questions are easy to ignore but hard to forget. When this awareness grows stronger, something begins to change. The zones become more visible. Distraction becomes easier to notice. Delay becomes harder to justify. And focus becomes more meaningful. But change in the field of time is never easy. Habits resist change. Comfort pulls attention back. Distraction offers quick pleasure. Delay promises an easier future. Each moment becomes a small decision between these forces. Those who choose focus begin to experience a different kind of time. Moments feel fuller. Actions feel connected. Progress becomes visible. Life starts to move with direction instead of randomness. However, the pull of distraction never disappears. It waits constantly. Even after progress, it tries to return. This is why awareness must continue. Without it, old patterns quietly come back. As time continues, the field of time reveals a deeper truth. Life is not controlled by big decisions alone. It is shaped by small, repeated moments. A few minutes of distraction may seem harmless, but repeated daily, it becomes a lost future. In the same way, a few minutes of focus may seem small, but repeated consistently, it becomes growth. The difference between a wasted life and a meaningful one is often hidden in these small choices. The field does not judge. It does not punish or reward. It only reflects what is done within it. If time is wasted, the result is emptiness. If time is used well, the result is progress. Over long periods, patterns become clear. Distraction leads to confusion. Delay leads to regret. Focus leads to clarity. These outcomes are not sudden. They build slowly, moment by moment. The most surprising part of the field of time is that nothing forces a person into any zone. Movement between zones is always possible. But it requires awareness and effort, which many avoid. As awareness spreads, the field begins to feel different. Moments are no longer taken for granted. Time becomes valuable. Attention becomes a tool instead of a weakness. In this state, life does not become perfect, but it becomes intentional. Each moment has direction, each action has meaning, and slowly, the feeling of wasting time begins to disappear. Still, the field remains the same for everyone. Distraction continues to exist. Delay continues to exist. Focus continues to exist. The difference is not in the field, but in how it is used. And this leads to the most important truth of all. Most people do not waste their lives in one big decision. They waste it in small, repeated moments of distraction and delay, without ever realizing what they are losing. Time never announces its value. It never warns before leaving. It simply moves forward, carrying everything with it. Those who notice this early have a chance to change. Those who ignore it continue as they are. The field of time does not end. It continues as long as moments exist. Every second is a new seed. Every choice is a direction. Every action is a step toward something. So the real question is not about the field. It is not about time itself. It is about attention. Where it goes, life follows. What it builds, life becomes. And in that quiet truth lies the answer to why most people waste their life, not because they choose to lose it, but because they never truly choose how to use it.